A few more rules of thumb that we work to here at the Soma Space Movement for Mental Health, and hopefully these will offer you a bit of inspiration if you're beginning your exercise for the benefit of mental health journey, and they are. These are all by relatively famous people. The first one is motion reduces tension. This is a quote from a guy called Cus D'Amato. He was Mike Tyson's boxing coach. I read Mike Tyson's autobiography a while ago, and this is something that his boxing coach says, and it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Motion reduces tension. Certainly, if we're feeling very anxious, we may tend to get very kind of constricted and stuck and feel very sort of brittle. Whereas moving around, perhaps through some exercise, we'll begin to loosen everything up. So that's the first one. Motion reduces tension. It does. The second one of these is from Tony Robbins, who's the famous American life coach, very American guy, Tony Robbins. And he said, this is a really interesting one, the fastest way to change your psychology is through your physiology. So doing something with your body is the fastest way to change something that's going on in your mind. And it's certainly something that we see here every day at the Soma Space. People may come in feeling quite stuck or quite flat or quite anxious and quite, let's say, a bit sort of enclosed in themselves, and they begin to move and something changes. Something changes at the level of psychology, neurology. All sorts of different things happen when people begin to move their bodies. Physiology, changing psychology. And the last of these is from an amazing book called, this is a fantastic book called The Joy of Movement by McGonigal PhD. How exercise helps us find happiness, hope, connection and courage, and lots of other things too. There's a really good passage in this book where Kelly McGonigal is talking about the joy of movement, and this is her big argument here, that movement itself produces joy. We could say a certain type of mental health. And she writes, the joys described above, from hope and meaning to belonging, are linked first and foremost to movement and not to fitness. Something to bear in mind if you're, as I said, beginning your movement for mental health journey. One of the things with exercise is there's often let's say, the perception that exercise is for people who are already fit. What we're saying here is that anyone can start exercising for the benefit of mental health, regardless of their fitness level. And it's also what Kelly McGonigal says in this wonderful book, The Joy of Movement.